Now, tell us about what I'm sure was the incredible burst of inspiration where just suddenly the message came from on high to create this video, or was it just, goofing around and like, well, this is a thing?
Well, okay, so it's sort of
together?
like that. I will tell you that the message that came from on high was in the form of a guy named Eric Fensler, who you may know as the guy who made the G.I. Joe PSAs.
Yeah, pork chop sandwiches.
Pork chop sandwiches.
Yeah.
I'm a computer. Like, that was like the funniest thing I'd ever seen.
Yes, absolutely.
So we saw that, and it was just like, oh my God, we're going to do that. Like, I don't know what it is, but we're going to do it. And we're going to try to, like, just do our own thing with it. I don't want to rip it off, but yeah, let's see what we can do with that. And, so, as I said, growing up, I think for both of us, it was G.I. Joe, He-Man. And so He-Man was kind of an obvious choice. And after spending about 15 minutes of research looking at that footage in depth, it was like, this stuff is ridiculous. We're doing this. It was just a really obvious choice to make.
Yeah.
And so...
Yeah, and it's such a perfect blend of, like, that song and this look of that show is just because they're both so ridiculous and they fit together so well.
Well, how did you choose, like, the song then? Like, was it just like, oh, yes, it has to be 4 Non-Blondes. We have to go with that.
No, it's one of those things. I get a lot of my best ideas in the car, and I was driving to work, and I don't know if that song came on the radio or I was just thinking about it or what. And I'm a child of the 90s, and so I think it's just kind of like wired to me, like a lot of people that grew up around that time. But I always thought it'd be funny to try singing that song at like a karaoke bar, but like for a guy to sing it, for a guy to sing the whole song in falsetto. And that was it. Like, that was the extent of the thought that I put towards it. Like, I think that would be funny to try that. And then when we started actually, like, all right, well, what's the story? Like, what visuals do we put with it? Started looking at Prince Adam with his pink tunic and his purple tights, and I'm like, well, what if we just made the gayest video ever? And it wouldn't be that hard. And the thing is, like, it was never meant for it to be like, that's the joke. It was just like, let's make it a techno song. Let's just make it really fabulous, And he even says, like, in the He-Man, every single He-Man episode, they say, fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword. It's in the name. Like, it's at the beginning of every show. It's not a stretch. So I started playing around in Logic, and I started listening to a bunch of house music, and I was like, I'm going to make a really bad house dance song version of this, up the BPM by, 30 beats a minute or so, and just do it fast and see what comes out. And so I had made this track, and we sang it. Like, Ryan recorded me singing it, and we had a really hard time. Like, we were just like paralyzed with laughter after we
that is a great song.
It's a great song. It's like, I don't know if anybody's gonna love this, but we love this a lot.